Unilever you got as the final placement.
I got as a final placement. Yeah. At that point, there was this thing कि Citibank was looking for people. So it was very, very impulsive. I'll be very honest. So I moved to Standard Chartered from Citi. So after 7 years, so I think I regret that move, to be honest. This is something I really regret in my life, is moving out of Citi. And I think it was again lack of patience. Dubai तो मैं कभी life में ने सोचा नहीं था कि I'm going to go to Dubai. So on LinkedIn, this mail drops up from this some lady saying कि we are looking for some people in this bank. Can you recommend some people? तो फिर मैंने ऐसे ही फिर मैंने मजाक आई मीन लिटरली आई जस्ट इम्पल्सिवली सेड यार आई मीन नेकी और पूछ पूछ मैं ही हूँ यू नो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग यू नो बेसिकली आई वाज अ जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स एंड मास्टर ऑफ नन.
So IIM के बाद you go to this Unilever, which is more of a marketing job, correct?
That's right. First 3 months of Unilever, I was in this place called Itarsi. I don't know even if you know. There's this small place in MP called Itarsi. I think that year Unilever started this thing of international stint in your first year. And I think I was among the first few who were chosen. So in Itarsi, I get this thing कि यार you are going to Brazil. I said, boss, from Itarsi से लेके सीधा Brazil. It's like what a journey. So in fact, so I used to go to Itarsi to watch trains in the evening. So that was how miserable my life was. I was attached to some sales manager, and in Delhi I was there for 3 months. तभी मुझे बोला कि यार नहीं यार, you will need to spend some more time as a trainee. उसके बाद ही we can give you charge. So I think it was like some, maybe again you're not used to, you're from IIM, you feel you're entitled. So basically feedback saying कि you're not good enough to do this, तुम और करो, right, in straight words. So that kind of like flipped me here. So and that at that point there was this thing कि Citibank was looking for people. So it was very, very impulsive. I'll be very honest. Again, there was nothing thought. It was very, very कि मुझे दिमाग हट गया बोलते हैं ना कि आई सेड यार भाड़ में जाए यार, कौन इतना इटारसी में जाओ, इसमें जाओ, ये जाओ, वो जाओ, यहाँ पे सिटी बैंक दे रहा है, बैंकिंग में, ट्रेजरी में आई गॉट अ रोल. So I just, yeah, I mean, I just went again for it. I got selected. The salary was much better then, I remember. I think it was, I think 30-40% more than what was in Unilever. And plus again it was in Bombay. वो घर से भी प्रेशर आ रहा था कि यार अभी शादी कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो, you know, that is the age where वो सब आ जाता है. The city was actually good, so I mean I really learnt a lot in city. And the good thing about city is something akin to Unilever. They also make you go through the grind. So I remember that nobody in that time, the city CEO was very clear कि nobody will come in front end facing roles unless you actually do the book entries, you know. तुम बैठ के और ट्रांजैक्शन पास करो, अप्रूव करो, वाउचर अप्रूव करो, तभी वाउचर होते थे, यू नो. उसके बिना तुम डायरेक्टली फ्रंट एंड. सो फर्स्ट 2 years in fact I spent a lot in payments, like remittances, fund transfers, you know. So uske funde, I mean, there's so much very well stuck in my mind. Aaj bhi main, I mean, I can just wake up and say nostro, vostro, you know, in, out, all these things, it's very, very clear. So I think I really owe a lot to my initial days in city, and I've been always in transaction banking, cash management, trade finance throughout my life in city. And so I spent about 7 years in city, out of which 2 years were in Chennai.
फिर क्या हुआ? Why did you move from city and where did you move?
So I moved to Standard Chartered from Citi. So after
Okay.
7 years in
Same thing, just a job hop, or was there something
I
big in
think
that?
yeah, there was no. It was no. I think I regret that move, to be honest. This is something I really regret in my life, is moving out of city. And I think it was again lack of patience, because you really need in these organizations. So but in city I think I was doing pretty well. I had got promoted, but I think then this 2008 thing happened. You know, remember? So I moved in fact in 2008. Suddenly I got very, very frustrated, you know, कि कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, promotions were slow. And this is the first time I think I heard of this term called getting laid off. And कभी मैंने, I saw people around me getting laid off. So this is the first time वो insecurity आने लगी.
Stanchart, you were doing a similar job, or did you have a big change in
So
what you were doing
Stanchart,
at
first time Stanchart, it was a change in role in that it was a people. So I had a big team. That was the first time I had a big team. So in 2008 I had a team of I think 35 people, and like
Right.
again from like top B schools and all. So that really attracted me. That it was my first leadership experience, if I may say,
Okay.
you know. Plus across the country, team across the country. And so yeah, that was a big learning from that perspective, because I was the business head. and leader. I just had no clue how to be a leader, how to be a people manager. So yeah, that was a struggle and a good learning. I mean, I'll
So
put it
that
this
so
way.
that's
Yeah.
very exciting. So you graduated from IIM, and within around 8 odd years, despite the Lehman crash and all that, uh, you moved into a leadership position. That's fairly quick. And how many years did you spend in Stanchart?
I spent 7 years
7
again. So
years.
my life
Again,
is about
another 7 years
seven.
in
Seven. Yeah.
Stanchart and in leadership
Yes.
positions.
Yes.
All of them in India, or did you move around?
All in
Okay.
India.
Okay. And did your
So
roles change?
again,
How did your role
in,
progress? And I'm very keen to understand. Did you keep stick to a particular vertical and then keep growing in that, or did you move around like I
no,
hear
in
people
fact,
in banks do?
I think I mean growth has not been very steep, to be honest. I mean, I'm very but I think from an experience perspective I've covered a lot of area.
Got it.
So I've been a pretty, so I mean I have so even in Stanchart I've done the multiple things which people normally will not, people normally maybe look at the way you talk, यहाँ VP फिर SVP फिर MD उसी section में. So but no, I have done actually very very different things, so which actually I cherish. So I mean I don't regret that at all, that कि मैं क्यों नहीं grow हुआ, क्यों नहीं ये हुआ, because again I think so that actually, as I said, being a business head and all was a good and bad experience both for me, because that's when I realized कि यार I am not cut out for this. It's obviously everybody wants to be a leader, but I think I realized it that नहीं boss, ये मेरी नहीं है. I'm not made out to be a leader or a CEO. Actually, life was very good in my career, so I have actually had a very happy career. Once that realization comes in that I'm not hungry for growth. I'm more hungry for experiences. So I was doing a lot of other things. I was into running. I was learning badminton.
15 years you've done Stanchart and City. How did you reach Dubai?
दुबई तो मैं कभी लाइफ मैंने सोचा नहीं था कि आई एम गोइंग टू गो टू दुबई. सो ऑन लिंक्डइन दिस मेल ड्रॉप्स अप फ्रॉम दिस सम लेडी सेइंग कि वी आर लुकिंग फॉर सम पीपल इन दिस बैंक, कैन यू रेकमेंड सम पीपल. तो फिर मैंने ऐसे ही, फिर मैंने मजाक, आई मीन लिटरली आई जस्ट इम्पल्सिवली सेड यार, आई मीन नेकी और पूछ पूछ मैं ही हूँ, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग, so that is how it happened actually. So then this thing called National Bank of Fujairah. So first thing I asked her ki where is this, because then by the time I had researched ki Fujairah is in UAE, it's like a emirate in UAE. So in fact I remember again, so I was very skeptical because this I had not heard of, but by that time I had spoken to a few people. They said no, this is a decent bank, so koi baat nahi. So I remember I in fact landed in Dubai to join the bank. Till then I have never even come to UAE. I land in the airport and straight away go to my office. That was my landing literally. Actually, yeah, I mean, I liked the organization, to be honest. I was very pleasantly surprised because, again, this was after working in big banks till now. I was coming in a relatively very small bank, but I was kind of pretty surprised at how sometimes there is a problem in size. You feel these big banks will be very advanced and all, but I mean, these big organizations are like elephants. So if they move, they will move very with a momentum, but to get them moving, so there were some things which were really really archaic even in those banks, which were very very advanced in this small bank.
Are you making strategic decisions? Are you looking at
so
operational efficiency?
so I am actually in this now area of sustainability. So I
Okay.
am in the area of sustainability and sustainable finance. Don't ask me, I mean, again, no particular reason I got into it. Just a year and a half back I was asked and I came into it without even knowing what it is about, and I have learned a lot as I go along. So it is a kind of a strategic change management role where I am kind of working with the CEO and the management to embed sustainability into the whole bank. So it's like a strategic role. If the mandate given to me was, yeah, Ashish, this sustainability is a thing now coming on. A lot of questions are being asked by outside stakeholders, key banks. So what is in different ways, rating agencies about what is your sustainability record. So how do you divert the capital of the bank towards activities which drive or which are more positive to the climate, like if you're saying fund a electric power plant or solar power plant or fund a renewable energy company, so that is the sustainable finance area. Then it's also about the corporate, that is baselining our sustain, like reporting. So on a day-to-day basis now my role has multiple things. So like I said, one is corporate, so now getting the reporting in place. I think, I mean, what I'm saying is very easy, but to even put these systems in place to be
Oh
able to
yes.
track
No,
this. You
it's
need
not
to
easy in
which
the
branch
yeah
is
yeah yeah.
consuming what power, which branch is consuming what power. Now, because again, remember, now this is a board level topic, so I have to now report to the board these KPIs. So the ability to track this enterprise wide
It's very hard.
KPIs, manage
Yes.
them, report them, see what is moving, see not what. That is one. So whole thing about corporate sustainability. The other part is what Manish was saying is embedding it into my financing decisions. So with the kind of looking at which are the customers who are high risk on sustainability, where do we need to do more due diligence. So I need to figure out, my CEO will ask me, okay, do this or this. And there are so many, this area is evolving so fast that every time there is some new. Now next year we are having the IFRS standards coming into this. Now even now today there is a linkage between your financial statements and sustainability statements from next year, that it will have impact on capital. Now I am supposed to look at my portfolio to look at which are the industries which are prone to climate risk, and do some sensitivity analysis and now put a capital charge to that. So all these things are happening. So there are multiple areas which, it's one, your corporate thing, your financial thing, your risk profile. So it's, that is why I said it's something which encompasses the whole organization. There's awareness is a big. So if I am working a lot with HR, because there's a whole, like what I am telling you guys, people are not even aware of this. What is carbon, what can I do in my role. So uplifting the whole organization to a particular level on sustainability, that is a large part of my role. Yeah, first thing, at least I tell, it's not advice I would give, I tell people also, people who want to go into banking, ki boss, banking is neither finance nor marketing. Banking is banking. तुमने अभी तक बैंकिंग सीखी नहीं है. And if you think in B schools, if you forget the investment banking, I am talking of
Yeah.
proper commercial core banking. तुमने अभी
Yeah.
तक बैंकिंग सीखी नहीं है. So if you think कि you want to get into banking because you like finance, तो banking is not finance.
Right.
If you think you want to get into marketing, banking, thinking you like marketing, banking is not marketing. So so think twice. I will put it this way: कि
Hmm.
why you want to get into banking. Number one. So that is number one. Number two, I think, yeah, I think in banking, as I said, careers are made over a long term. I mean, you might be in one bank, you might be in multiple banks. The career trajectory is really long, so you have to be in the long haul. It is not like an investment bank or a consulting where there are intense 7 years and it's like a make or break. It is not a steep curve and a fall, or it is a pretty gradual journey. So you have to be patient. You have to be patient. You will have bad years, you will have good years. You have to be patient.